Hello, hello. Come on in and take a seat. How are you today? A little bit stressed. That has been the answer from many students so far today that I've seen. Everyone is a little bit stressed because the new school year is about to start, and that can be a little bit scary, stressful, all of the above. So let's see what we can do to kind of help you out, alleviate a little bit of that stress, and make next year a fun year. You're going to be excited to come to school. Let's see what we can do about that, all right? Okay. Let's see. Can you go ahead and give me your student ID number, please? All right. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. Can you tell me, what are your concerns about the new year? What's going on? Like, what's going through your head that you're worried about? Okay. So, what classes to take, making friends? I don't think you will have any issue making friends. What else? Those are your two biggest things. Okay. Are you experiencing any test anxiety? Do you usually? How about study habits? How are your study habits? Are you a procrastinator? Do you wait till last minute? Sometimes. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jot that down as well. And we will go ahead and look at some things that I think will really help you, alright? And make you a little bit less nervous. Just make this an easier transition to next year for you, alright? So, let's go ahead and see. Alright, I'm just looking at your transcripts here to see what classes you've taken. Alright, so let me go ahead and pull something out. I have a couple of things here. Okay. Let's talk about a couple of key points that can be helpful for me to know. Now, do you know what type of learner that you tend to be? So there's visual, auditory, reading, writing, or kinesthetic learners. Do you know what you might fall under? Oh, okay, good. Alright, awesome. I'm glad that you know that. So let's go ahead. Okay. So I will give you this paper. This is for different types of learning styles. So it's tips and strategies to help you. If you're a visual learner, you can doodle diagrams of your written information. You can do the hangman game, vocabulary, highlight key information in your textbook. If you are auditory, use computer to record your notes aloud, read your notes aloud when studying. reading, writing, you can rewrite your notes after class, use colored pens and highlighters to focus on key ideas, and the list just goes on and on. So let me go ahead and make a little pile for you. And this is a little bit more helpful information. So for the visual, auditory, and tactical, it's going to tell you different things like create flashcards and games. You're going to listen to podcasts of lectures for auditory, tactical, role play concepts, things of that nature. So these are just some tips and tricks, strategies that people have found to work based on their learning style. Just look those over. I promise I think it's really gonna help you. Alright? Don't need that right this second. Here will also be pretty helpful for you. So if you're having trouble studying, or maybe you're not sure how to study properly, how to make time to study, this is guidelines for creating a study schedule. There is a fixed schedule or flexible. So, did I say schedule? Schedule. Fixed or flexible schedules, and it's going to go over all of that with you. So you can study at regular time in a regular place, study as soon after lecture as possible, use odd hours during the day for studying, provide for spaced review, list according to properties. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. I have found this to be very, very helpful. I really enjoy this kind of guideline here. I find it helpful, and so do many students. So you can go ahead and check that out. I think you will really enjoy that. Then I have examples of preparation strategies and review strategies. So mostly for tests, quizzes, possibly even essays. We have preparation strategies are develop study sheets, develop concept maps, review strategies, take self-tests, work problems, recite word cards. So you get the idea. I just like to give my students as many study examples, guidelines, references as possible, because I understand that studying can be a difficult thing to grasp. It's not easy to study. Most times people think they're studying, but they're really just memorizing. So if you have a question written out and you're doing flashcards, and say you just keep reading the same, what is blah blah blah. Okay, try looking at the word and then remembering the definition. That means that you're learning it and you're not just memorizing. Okay, so that is a good trick to remember. This is something else. This is the 5-day study plan. So the keys to a 5-day study plan include starting early, use short, frequent study sessions, and space out your learning over a period of 5 days. Apparently, this is the most effective study plan. So because you do have 5 days, it's a little bit easier than trying to cram all in one night, say the night before a test. So check this out. It's really, really interesting. I think you'll like that a lot. So definitely check that one out. Alright, so after that, we have the one that everyone struggles with, and that's dealing with test anxiety. So this can be extremely stressful. I myself have test anxiety, so I know what that is like. And the signs of test anxiety are listed here. There's in your head and in your body. So you have the mental aspect and the physical. And it is perfectly okay to have test anxiety. We just want to work with how to manage it so that it's not so stressful. And that is basically the idea of this piece of paper here. So causes and cures of test anxiety. Then you have, let's see what else. The negative thoughts and the positive thoughts. So how to turn a negative thought, such as I always do poorly on tests, and you can turn that into something positive as I have a better study plan than I have in the past. So it's really It's going to help you with test anxiety. I have used this myself, and I do think that it works tremendously well. It does help me calm down a little bit and not be so worked up then when it comes time for the test. So there are some good guides that I want you to take a look at, okay? And let's see, let's get you registered maybe in some clubs or electives. How does that sound? Okay, perfect. So I do have the list of clubs here, and then I also have the list of electives, and these are all of the ones that are offered here at our school. So there's quite a bit. Actually, I think you will be pleasantly surprised at how many we actually have. So let's take a look at the clubs. I'll tell you what they're called and a little bit about them, and if any of them sound interesting to you, we can go ahead and get you enrolled in one or two or three, however many you want, alright? Okay. So the first one we have is the Speech and Debate Club. Now here you will meet a lot of new friends. There will be practice with public speaking and also debate current world issues. So it's really fascinating if you're into any of like the social studies, sociology. It's a really cool place, or if you're into public speaking or debates, really interesting. Then we have the Choir, Band, or Orchestra Club. Now, do you play any instruments? Okay. Well, there's instrument playing or singing, so they're kind of self-explanatory. Chorus, or I should say choir, is the singing, band, and orchestra instruments. You know, you get the idea. Then we have the Best Buddies Club, which is really interesting. There will be children with intellectual or physical disabilities that are paired with a student without disabilities. And students get to mentor and basically create lifelong bonds. They will be the mentor to the student with the disability. And it's a very rewarding club. I know that a lot of students really enjoy it. So if that's for you, you could definitely think about that. Then we have the Language Club. So Spanish, French, and German clubs put on several charity and cultural events throughout the academic year. So you could be planning a fiesta, helping others in need, and making new friends all at the same time. Really fun, really interesting. Do you speak any other languages besides English? Okay. Well, that could be something that you might be interested in. So then we have the Drama and Theater Club. So in addition to learning the fundamentals of acting in the classroom, you will be given the opportunity to audition for our school's theater productions. So any plays, skits, anything like that, you can audition for. And lastly, we have the dance group. So if you need more exercise, fun, or you just want to make friends, you can join the dance group. And there's different levels, so you don't just get thrown in and have to be a break dancer or a ballerina. There's lots of different levels, so you won't feel inadequate or anything like that. But it is really interesting. So do you think that you like any of those? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and put that on for you as a possibility. Let me just look up clubs here. Let's put that on as a possibility for you. Okay. Alright, we have that in for you as a possibility. Now, I really would like you to take at least 2 electives. It will make your days much more fun, trust me. I have a list of the electives. I will just go through them pretty quickly here. If you are interested and you want to know more about a certain one, or if you know what it is, we can add that. We can add 3, 4, however many you're interested in, and then see what works with your schedule when it comes time to schedule classes, okay? So, we have under the apologetics, we have comparative religions, mythology, worldview studies, and world cultures. Then under the business related, we have accounting, advertising, business math, marketing, and intro to economics. Under communication, we have creative writing, which is very, very fun. Journalism, public speaking, study skills. Under computer, we have desktop publishing, graphic design, and web design. those are what everyone always wants to get into, is graphic design. And then we have the fine arts, which are really, really fun. Art appreciation, which is a history class. Band, choir, or orchestra, that also is the club, that we talked about. Drawing, ceramics, painting, photography, or sculpture. And then for health, if you're thinking for college that you want to go into the health career, we have CPR training, first aid, and nutrition. And then we have our life skills. So this will be driver's education, financial management, home economics, which is the cooking, sewing, etc., interior design, and plumbing. And then lastly, we have our social sciences, which is going to be your sociology, anthropology, and psychology. So, what are you thinking of those? Did any of those come of interest to you? Yes. I recommend taking, if you haven't already, a home economics, because you will learn a lot about cooking and sewing and everything else. Are you possibly interested in taking that? Okay, let's put that on for you. And let me see, that's going to be a 2 times a week. So Tuesday and Thursday. And then we will go ahead and take a look at that further when we make your schedule. What else? What else did you find interesting on here? Creative writing is very fun. It helps you with writing papers in the future, so if you plan on going to college, it helps you a lot with structuring sentences and just being very creative and have a paper flow. It'll teach you how to really put a paper together. As well as journalism is a very good class too. So I do recommend those two. And then possibly like a sculpture, a ceramics, or a painting. That's what I would recommend because they're peaceful, they're fun. So how about those ones that we just named? Do you want me to put them down as possibilities? Okay, so let's look at creative writing, journalism, then ceramics, painting, and sculpture. Alright, those are under your possibilities, so let's go ahead and mark those. Put you as yes for that. And these possible. And then these are also the possibilities. Alright, perfect. Alright, so do you have any other questions for me? Okay. Well, trust me, with all these tips that I gave you and everything else, you're going to have a great year. You're going to make friends, you're going to take fun classes, everything's going to be just fine. I know how stressful it can be to start a new year, but you're going to have a great year and you're going to have fun, and trust me, it's going to fly by and you will be like, what was I even worried about? Okay, do you believe me? Oh my god. Well, you'll have to come back so we can get you a schedule made up so we can do that, okay? But then everything else, we have your electives that you would like to take, possibly the club. And other than that, make sure you take these papers with you. I really want you to review them, okay? I'm serious, because I think they're going to help you tremendously. And other than that, give me a call. Do you have my card for my number here at the office? Okay, good. Give me a call, or you can just make an appointment to come back in and see me if you're having any other issues or if you just need to talk, okay? Alright, I will see you soon, and you enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.